ladies and gentlemen, today in our tripartite meeting, and in the absence of credible new evidence, Australia, China, and Malaysia have collectively decided to suspend the search upon the completion of the 120,000 square kilometer search area. I must emphasize that this does not mean that we have given up on locating MH370. In the spirit of tripartite, if there are any new credible news or new credible new evidence, we will continue to work together to analyze those evidence. The families and loved ones of the passengers and crew of MH370 remain a priority. We understand that this will be a difficult time for them and are committed to doing everything within our means to assist. Our thought and prayers are always with them, and we hope we can do the most to help them.
Minister, now Ross Coulthart from 60 Minutes Australia, you've acknowledged that you were briefed on the debris today. There's an issue that's been raised by a member of your own investigation team suggesting that this was in fact a controlled ditching by somebody who knew how to fly the plane. What is your response to that? And more importantly, when you say you've been briefed on debris, what do you know about the flaperon that was recovered a year ago, of which no information has yet been provided? I understand that there is key evidence from that flaperon that points to a controlled ditching of the aircraft. What's your response?
Thank you for the question. First, we have been briefed about the situations, whether it's a controlled or uncontrolled flight of MH370. On the situations of the flaperons, the investigation team have briefed us on the situation where the flaperon is under the possessions of the French government, under the judicial request. So we are unable to get the details from the French government. So we are actually now going through our Aegis chamber to get the details from the French government on the contents of the details of the flaperon.
Just one more question, sir. 1 year on from when that flaperon was recovered, you're telling us that you haven't received any information from the French?
No, this is under the ICAO investigation team.
Don't you think
there's an independent investigation team handling this investigation, and they have been keeping in touch with the French government to retrieve the information. So they have faced some issues in terms of getting the details from Boeing and also from the US government.
Okay, can we go to the next question, please? Please go ahead.
Sunisha from Channel News Asia here. Minister, I'd just like to ask, is cost a factor in the suspension of the search? Is there enough money to sustain the search? That's been one concern from the families, that may be a reason. And also during the suspension, the planned suspension of the search after the 120,000 square kilometer zone is completed, what do you plan to do during that time? The families have suggested that a team be mobilized to analyze and look for debris along the African coastline, given that's where debris has washed up. Will you consider these suggestions?
Yeah, first, I would like to say that cost is not a factor in considering the suspension of the search. We will continue to analyze the data that we've collected. If we have completed the 120,000 square kilometer search and are unable to locate the aircraft, then we will continue to analyze the data. At the same time, looking for new credible evidence. I mentioned this now. If there's new credible evidence, in the tripartite spirit, will continue to work together between Malaysia, Australia, and China to analyze the evidence that we have. So then whether to resume the search or whether to continue, that will depend on the new credible evidence that we obtain.
What counts as
Tom Rainier from Sky News. Minister, can I ask, you've said that the search will be suspended rather than terminated. If it turns out, when you get more information on the flaperon, that actually the area that is being searched, the current 120 square kilometres, may have been wrong, is that a circumstance where you would restart the search, as was asked by the families yesterday when they held their press conference?
I would like to say that as of today, all debris found did not actually identify the exact locations of the aircraft. We can only base on the drift modeling pattern that it is from that particular area, the area that we are looking for, the aircraft, the 120,000 square kilometer area is the right area. But the debris couldn't tell us the exact locations of the aircraft. So we are looking for more debris, that even the flaperon that we found at La Reunion Island, that we also didn't give us enough information of the exact location of the aircraft.